thank y'all. Darling, Wilmington, North Carolina. Honey, thank y'all. And thank y'all for watching that first Netflix special. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That changed my life. And I have only watched it one time because if I watch myself, I feel like I'm going to vomit. And I'm ashamed to tell y'all, when I watched that thing, I should have been thinking, oh, I should have done that better. Or I should have said that, or I could have done that. No. All I could think of, that came out of nowhere. And I tell you who did that for me, that little Reese Witherspoon, that doll, that smart thing. And she made me her big sister, Gwyneth. And let me tell y'all that Reese Witherspoon is the size of this glass. And she stood next to me in that movie, in that wedding movie, and her little head hit right here. And when I saw the movie, I thought, oh, her head's the size of this breast. And we shot that thing in Atlanta. It took 2 months, and it was so fun, and it was like being at summer camp. It really was. But I was scared to death. Before I went down there, I thought I was going to get the shingles. I was scared to death. And I thought, well, I bet I'll lose weight. Reese didn't need it. But I did. Because let me tell you this about movies. You sit there for a long time during the day with nothing to do until they call your name, and you get kind of bored. And then some little darling man will yell empanadas, and I would just take off running as hard as I could. I wore the same shoe throughout that movie, and it was a wedge with a strap going up my ankle. And by the end of that 2 months, those darling wardrobe people had to poke an extra hole in my strap. Because I was retaining fluid so bad. Look at these darling men here tonight that live in Wilmington, North Carolina. I love history. They wanted to take me to the Clermont Lounge. Anybody here heard of that? Well, let's tell all these other innocent and sweet, precious people what that Sodom and Gomorrah is. The Clermont Lounge is in the Clermont Hotel, and that's, I guess, a historical hotel. And they painted it pink, and I think it's expensive to stay there. And there's a rooftop bar where all the young people take their Instagram pictures and put it on there. And then inside the hotel is a restaurant, a bar, and a coffee shop. And it was called The Catch. And my little children thought it was a Mexican restaurant. And then I've seen movies, you know. I've seen movies with strippers and professional athletes and lights and poles and all that kind of stuff. This is not that. This is more like Ripley's Believe It or Not. But I didn't know that, and they kept begging me to go, and I was so freaked out. I asked my middle child, Maggie, I said, do you think if I go to this thing, I'm going to feel the presence of Satan? And she said, yeah, girl, I do. And I said to my baby child, who's fascinated by sin, I said, do you think I'll feel Satan? She went, no, I don't think so. They both know I'm very sensitive. I have felt the presence of Satan on Bourbon Street. People had of me. They said that I held my purse all night and went. After I was there for a while, I realized there's people that like to go to this place. First of all, darling gay men. Darling, precious gay men. And I don't know if it's because, hey, I don't know if it's because y'all like to encourage and lift up and cheer. You know, I think so, you doll. Okay, and then women's groups. Women's groups go. That sounds like Bible study, not that. It's like girls with cowboy hats on and boas, and they're going for bachelorettes and birthday, and they're going, oh, that kind of girl. And then serial killers. Serial killers like to go. I know I looked in the face of a serial killer. The first woman that came out was at least 70 years old. I think she was probably about 30. And she had blonde curly hair and black horn rimmed glasses. She was very enthusiastic. She came out and she was like, I thought, who does she look like? Ooh, Mrs. Frizzle on Magic School Bus. On PBS, my kids love that show. And that little thing danced in a 4th of July patriotic themed red, white, and blue bra and panty set. And I'll just tell y'all, it was a little dingy. And as a mother, all I could think of when that little thing was dancing was, man, I wish I could take that bra and panty set home and be as that overnight. Oh, you can do anything with beers. I love beers. I thought if I could just get a Tupperware bowl, put about that much beers in it, then fill it with water, soak that bra and panty set overnight. I know. Oh, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Well, I like doing laundry. Okay. But you know, that night I walked away thinking two things. My team said, where do you want to work out this new material? Let's send you to Southern California, sunny Southern California, and you get away from that Tennessee winter. And I was like, okay. This was January 2023, and I know y'all don't remember because sweet California people have been through so much with weather and all that kind of stuff, but this was a unbelievable rain, like an unusual rain that they had not had in decades, and they called it biblical. And so my travel agent called me the day that we were flying out, and she said, a biblical storm is hitting Southern California. You're not going to make it. And she sent me an article that had the word ark in it. And I was like... But me and my baby child went out there, and we landed, and everything was all right. It really wasn't that much rain. They're just not used to it out there. And maybe I did, but somebody had to do it. And then I like to wear an Apple Watch because I like to monitor my own heart health. And then I like to push that button that tells you where your iPhone is. That's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I know. And by the end of that month, she screamed at me and said, quit dinging that Apple Watch. Your iPhone's in your lap. The first place we go to is Oxnard, California. They're growing a lot of dope in California. And see, I'm not used to that. Tennessee, there's nothing legal, recreation or medical in Tennessee. But CBD stores have popped up all over Knoxville, Tennessee. And the rumor is the dope is a-coming. And they say that's where the dope is a-going. It's in the